YouTube, what is going down, man? It's your boy Daryl J, aka The Plug. I got a special video for y'all. Now, this video is special, and I think this is a banger. This is a top 15 AMP basketball. Now, if you're wondering, Daryl, is 6 members in AMP. What's wrong with you? Well, if you don't know, there's another group that says AMP affiliated, and they're with AMP. You know, they be in some videos from time to time, you know, and that's what they are. If you know who was in AMP or the affiliated, you got John, Wally, you got Legend of Winning. Come on, man. Come on. These are the people we want to achieve greatness. You feel me? And that's what they are. Now, before this video starts, I want y'all to predict who you think is going to be the lowest to the highest. You know, Duke gonna make it. You know, but you think who should be, you know, higher than not lower than Duke? You know what I'm saying? It could be Chris, John, anybody. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. Also, subscribe to the game, man. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? We post whatever we feel like it. You know what I'm saying? I always enjoy my community. I always ask simple questions what y'all think about life, you know. So, yeah, let's get to the video. At number 15, we got Wallykhalifa and Aim High. Now you're wondering why they're both at 15. Makes no sense. Let me break it down to you why they're at 15. Now, if you see their highlights, Aim High and Waleed, most of their clips are shooting. They can shoot. And when I done my research, they both played 2v2 game. They play with John. They play with solid hoopers. What else they could do? You know what I'm saying? And most of the game that I've seen from them was just that one game. They didn't play together. They just played separate with John, the family, aka John. And what they have done is basically nothing except shooting. You know, they can't slash, they can't make a lay. They could do layup pins. They can't play no defense. They can't rebound. They can do it. None of that. You know, that's what put them at 15. Now, if you look at the player comparison, I compared him to Luke Kennard from the Clippers. The reason why I said that because he's a shooter and they're shooters. There's nothing I can say about that. You know, one other shooter that I know, like if you're saying Kevin Herter, he's not no shooter. He basically do everything. You know, and that's why I picked Luke Kennard. In the grades, finishing C-, mid-range B-, 3.3 B+, defense C-, strength C, speed C, rebound C-, and ball handling C. At number 14, we got Cnet. Now, Kai is basically not a hooper, in my opinion, or anybody else's opinion, if y'all agree on it. He's not a hooper, but when I see him in the AMP games, I see him in the Am Davis game, the 1v1. He's really not that bad. The only problem I have with him is, you know, the things where I look up on as, you know, with his skills. With the lowest spot with Kai, with Aim High and Waleed, he's a solid shooter, but he could slash and he got speed, so he's fast as hell with the ball. His handle's not bad, you know what I'm saying? His rebounding and his defense is way off. Like, I wouldn't even like say, yo, guard this man. But he's not even like afraid of guard at like a 7-footer or 6'5" or 6'4". He could basically guard a point guard that has less his height, but he would still attack the paint, in my opinion. I compare him as a slasher. That's what he is a slasher. Probably a playmaker slasher because, you know, he could dribble a little bit and he could slash, but he's not a hooper, in my opinion. And my player comparison, I compare him to Muggsy Bogues just because of his height. Just because of his height. And I gave him Giant Slayer on bronze, Rhythmless Finisher on silver, and Needle Threader on bronze. That's it. At number 13, we got Legend of Winning, aka Low. Now, Low is the second best center on AMP and the second best post player in AMP. Alright, so without a doubt, he is good as a post scorer, but with his height and with his weight, I will successfully say like he wouldn't like, you know, beat the AMP members on this list, because they could literally go by him or just basically bully him depending on how he is, you know. And with the game I've seen him on, he's naturally not bad, you know, with the 1v1 against Agent. He actually is a killer, coming up the post move, coming with the shimmy, coming with the hook, you know what I'm saying? And he's really not bad, you know. But when it comes to a 1v1 or 2v2, all that stuff, I don't think he will not comprehend or contribute to that game. You know what I'm saying? The 1v1 he can if it's going up to 5, because he's going to be tired. You know what I'm saying? If you have seen the 2v2 against against Affiliated, and you have seen the 1v1 against Agent, he's not that type of guy with that speed or type of stamina. He will get tired easily. You know what I'm saying? And I can't blame him, because I don't know if he's not a hooper. But when it comes to basketball on this list, he is a hooper now. He's a how we say it, Kaz? A hooper, or I don't know how you say it, but that means just just a hoop. He just hoop. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. With my player comparison, I could compare him to Kendrick Perkins. Now this is basically a violated standard. The reason I put him at Kendrick Perkins because his hook shot. That's it. And his solid defense. You know. But other than that, that's it. I gave him deep hook for gold, rimless finisher on silver. His grades, a B for finishing, mid-range C-, 3-point C-, interior defense B, strength B, speed D-, rebound B, ball handle C, post move B-, and post hook B-. At number 12, we got Phantom, aka Phantom with the cannon. Now, Phantom, in my opinion, last year, he was better than Agent. You know what I'm saying? He was better than Agent with his 3-point and his playmaking. Doesn't matter with his rebounds. But his speed was good too when Agent was fat. But we talk about now, Phantom, you downgraded, my boy. You downgraded. I was going to put him at 13. I was putting him at Legend Win was better than him. But I was like, nah, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't, because, you know, that's Phantom. You know, Phantom is basically, indeed, you know, better than... I won't say he's not better than anybody. He was, you know, but he's not now, you know. But with his 3-pointer, that's the only thing that's carried him up with his skill set. Is his 3-point and his playmaking. You know what I'm saying? He is indeed the reigning champion of 3-point. You know what I'm saying? So he's not gonna stop. You know, we seen him a couple games with a 1v1 or 3v3. We didn't see him. The latest video we seen was with the AMP Loving Basketball. We didn't see him hoop for real. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I really can't say much of Phantom, because he really didn't improve nothing except just doing the same thing. He didn't, you know, change his game set. He basically been doing the same thing. Alright. But with the player comparison, I compared him to Danny Green and Seth Curry. Now, they all just straight up shooters. That's what I compared him to, is straight up shooters. They playmaking is decent come to Seth Curry. That's why I compared him to with Phantom. And Danny Green, he's ups and down with the 3. But you know what I'm saying? That's why I give it to Phantom. With his grade, his finishing is a C, mid-range C+, 3-point B, strength B, speed C-, rebound C-, and ball handles is B. At number 11, we got Agent Zero. Now, Agent Zero is the best center in AMP and the best post player in AMP. Other than that, there's nothing else to go with that title for Agent Zero. Now, if you wondered why Agent not like higher in this list, if you look at the affiliated and with AMP in general, he's not technically the best at everything, you know what I'm saying? But that's why I gave him that title. He's the best at center position. There's no other center in AMP that you think of who's like in any position would come to center. But other than that, he's really that type of guy that we need on the team, which is a center. You know, he got good post move, post hook. He could shoot. He is stretch. You know what I'm saying? So nothing could reply on that. He's really not bad. I gave him a 75 overall. You know, he's not near 80s player, because when he comes to the game, we could see him going crazy depending on how he is. You know, the latest game we seen was Loving Basketball AMP vid, and without a doubt he was doing good. He was like he was 1 for 3. He was 1 for 3 from the arc. But when it comes to his post move, his pick and roll with Duke was a foul, and then he played a best out of 3 with the blonde chick. It did not go so well. I predicted he was going to win. He failed that opportunity. He did phenomenal with his post move, but defensively he struggled. I was shocked. I was really shocked. He could literally pound that shit. It doesn't matter shit. Female, kill that bitch. You know what I'm saying? I without a doubt, Agent, you sold me for that, bro. You sold me for that, man. And with the player comparison, I compared him to Siakam. They basically from Toronto. They basically do the same shit. You know what I'm saying? With the post move, basically, you know, they be ups and down with the threes, this and that. But other than that, it's a really solid comparison, in my opinion. With the grade, shot close with an A. I put a special for the list because he a post player. He a post He's a post scorer and he's a stretch. I gave him post hook with an A-. I gave him a driving lane with a B+, mid-range B-, 3-point B+, ball handle a B, his speed is a B, his strength is an A-, his perimeter defense a B, his interior defense is a B, post move A, steals C+, block B-, shot contest B-, and rebound is a B. At number 10, we got Peter MC. Now, if people feel upset about this situation, they say Peter should be lower than Agent or it should be higher. Basically, this is, in my opinion, I feel like Peter MC is better than Agent. Let me explain. With the clips I've seen from him, he's really not bad. He's basically like a playmaking shot creator, in my opinion. He basically could create his own shot. And I've seen a couple of his clips from in real life. He actually is not bad. He really is good. And overall, I think he is that talented with his skill set. He is like, you know, coming to the court. I feel he will give you a couple of buckets. You know what I'm saying? And I think he really is better than Asian with his offensive skills, with his mid-range, with his 3-point, and his driving to the lane. You know, is good. Defensively, he will struggle. You know, will struggle, but offensively, he is better than Asian. Just because Asian is a post player and he could shoot a little bit, but Peter MC could do better than what Asian do it. But what, like I said, you know, it's coming to a skill set. You know what I'm saying? And with the comparison I gave to Peter MC is Tyler Hero, Miami Heat Tyler Hero, not the bubble. Bubble Tyler Hero, not this season. He was booty cheap. But Bubble Tyler Hero, that's what I compared him to, because they basically do the same thing. If you look at their, you know, skill sets from their game compared wise, that's what I compare him to. With his grade, B+, driving layup, B+, mid-range B, 3.3, a B, ball handle A-, passing IQ B, speed A, strength C, perimeter defense B, steal B-, block C, shot contest A, and rebound C+. At number 9, we got D-Block Davo Migo. Now, it was hard for me to put him on this list because he's not a hooper. He's really not a hooper. He's basically a football player. So he's basically on that. But I put him on this list because with, you know, he's basically in the video with AMP affiliated, I have to put him on this list. You know, and looking at, you know, from the games from AMP and from outside of AMP, he did a video with Duke Dennis. He's really not bad, you know what I'm saying? And I think he is, you know, well-rounded with the AMP. I feel like he is better than that. But I'm gonna give him the slight edge as a lockdown defender. You know, so he could shoot, he could, you know, well-rounded. That's what I said. But he's a lockdown. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think he is. You know, with the player comparison, I compared him to Jamari Grant. Well, Jamari Grant is, you know, talented. He's actually is good, well-rounded. Similar with Davo. But Jamari's underrated. You know, he could give you buckets. He could drop, you know, 15 to 20. His defense is good. His offensively, defensively, he is solid, you know. And I think that's what I compared him to. You know what I'm saying? With his grade, shot close A-, driving layup B+, mid-range A-, 3-point B, ball handle B-, passing IQ B, speed A, strength A, perimeter defense A, steal B-, block A-, shot contest A, and rebound B+. At number 8, we got D-Block Fredo. Now, it's the same situation with Davo. They're not basketball players, but they're hoopers. But coming to collect of my research, I've done my research, they have really played basketball before. So I put him on this list, you know, and I think Fredo is better than Davo. I know if Davo watching this video, he's not. Listen, man, just post a couple of clips of basketball. If you say it is clips of in there basketball, it's my fault. I basically have wrongly done my research, and I might give you the A spot. But right now, Fredo's better than you, man. The reason why I say that because Davo is like a two-way scoring machine. He's a great perimeter defender. He can score from the inside, and he can score from the three. I pretty much don't see what else he can do, you know. But other than that, that's what things he could do, you know. My player comparison, I compared him to Jrue Holiday because that is the same skill set that he have as Jrue Holiday with the badges. He got a couple badges, you know. For example, he got fast break finisher, intimidator, clamps, Taylor's defender, and hot zone hunter. I think fast break finisher is not a build. It's a build, right? It is a build, ladies and gentlemen. I am definitely dumb as hell. And with his grade, I gave him a B plus, mid-range B, 3-point B, perimeter defense A minus, steals A minus, block B plus, strength B plus, speed A, rebound B plus, and ball handles B plus. At number 7, we got Michael Force. Now, Michael Force is the second best player in AMP as a power forward. Now, his game type is well-rounded. You know what I'm saying? He actually, in my opinion, he's like a slasher in my eyes. You know, he can shoot off the dribble. You know what I'm saying? As he's not in fact scratch, he's not no slasher. He's a scoring machine. He can score from the dribble. You know what I'm saying? He can score from the three, create his own shot, inside scoring. You know what I'm saying? He could basically do everything from the paint or mid-range. You know? His last game against Ty was terrible. His defensive game was terrible. You know, I wasn't witness that. But if you look at Ty and Force, they're not the same coming to position, because Ty is a better, he's a point guard, and Michael is a power forward. And what that game said, I don't see what they were going to do to, you know, I don't know what he was going to do, you know, to beat him, you know. But other than that, he is good. You know, I like his game. You know, I compared him to John Collins. John Collins is the same thing like Michael Force. They all slashers. You know, they improve some games. They go crazy next game, you know, and I respect that, you know. And I have no problem with that. I really don't have no problem with that coming to Michael Force. With his grades, I gave him a shot close at A, driving layup at A, driving dunk A, mid-range A minus, 3-point B plus, ball handles A minus, passing IQ B, speed A, strength A minus, perimeter defense B plus, interior defense B, steal A minus, block A minus, shot contest A, and rebound a B. At number 6, we got Davis. Now, Davis is trash, and they cannot pull no holes. They got no drip. Niggas a virgin. Nigga, we bully you every time. Your jokes is not funny. Nah, I'm kidding, bro. Davis, we respect you, bro. You a cool dude. You're a cool dude. Now, with Davis is beyond, you know, a good point guard. You know, I'll say he probably top 5 in this list as best AMP. But because everybody ahead of him right now, I'm gonna go through in a second, they're all better than Davis. You know what I'm saying? But coming to playmaking, I think he is the best one in AMP, 100%. You know, with his skill set, just knowing you could stop and go. You know, his offensive threat, he's basically an inside scorer. He's a playmaker. He's a mid-range scorer. You know, other than that, I mean, he can do whatever he wants. You know what I'm saying? One game he could drop 30 on your head. Next minute he could drop 12. He could drop 25, you know what I'm saying? So, my player comparison, I compared him to James Harden and Kyle Lowry. Now, James Harden, they basically do the same thing. They do the same thing. They built the same, except, you know, just take out the bid and give it to Davis. They look exactly the same. Kyle Lowry offensively do the same thing, but defensively, they both flop. You know what I'm saying? Him and they both flop. They try and get the foul call. They want you to go plan and give them the ball, and then that's it. All right, that's what I compared them to. With the grades, I give him a shot close to A, driving layups at A, mid-range at A minus, 3-point at A, post fade at A, ball handle at A plus, passing IQ B, speed A, strength B minus, perimeter defense B, steals B, block B minus, shot contest A, and rebound B minus. At number 5, we got Sniper Jones. Now, Sniper Jones, in my opinion, is underrated on this list. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy because I never heard of him since the AMP burger joint. You feel me? I had to look up this man, who is this dude? But Sniper Jones, you surprised me. You surprised me. If you watch this video, you surprised a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Sniper Jones, his game set, his game style, literally, if you watch this man offensively is crazy. I never seen someone who play like that. You know what I'm saying? You who play like who? He play like Damian Lillard, my God. I'm not even joking. He a lefty. His mid-range game is crazy. His 3-point game, his ball handling, oh my gosh. That's probably the best one out of the bunch, yo. No. That's debatable. That man literally could kill you, bro. That man could kill you. You know what I'm saying? I watched someone literally be in his face and still make it on you. Hell, he could be Davis. That's tough, my guy. That's tough. So, Sniper Jones, no, I compare him. So I compare that nigga to freaking Damian Lillard. I don't got nothing to say, man. That man built an offensive threat. Literally, an offensive threat. That man is ridiculous. Oh my gosh. I don't even talk about the badges. Man, I don't gotta say the freaking grades. That man beyond me. The only problem he have is his perimeter defense. That's it. Next, that man goated. Yo, hold on. You say he got trash? Hold on. What you mean that nigga trash? So what's up? You want to talk my man Sniper Jones like that? At number 4, we got Breezy. Now, Ty, in my opinion, has the best potential in AMP. You know what I'm saying? I think he's like one of the cool kids. You know he about to cook you up, man. With the shoot, you listen, he can really put up in freaking Crocs and will still dust your ass. Like, man, that man crazy. I like, bro, his game is crazy. You know what I'm saying? I like, yo, he's literally a slashing playmaker. You know what I'm saying? He's crazy from the inside. He's a well-rounded playmaker. And, like, when it comes to games, I feel like he could do everything depending on how what he want to do. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, I think that's what it takes for him to do that type of skill set. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I think he is, you know. And what the player comparison, I compared him to John Morant and De'Aaron Fox. They're literally the same thing that he can do. He's a slashing playmaker. He basically could do, like, literally the same thing, bro. Inside scoring, playmaking. Coming at number 3, we got the John family. Now, John is underrated on this list at basketball. Hell, everybody's on this list is underrated. I don't even give a fuck. John is by far the best shooting guard on this list. He's the best shooting guard on the AMP member, as an AMP member. So affiliated. He is good, well-rounded. He's good, well-rounded. But I feel like he's a scoring machine or a twitch such a playmaker coming from basketball. We've seen him on Slam Ball. We've seen him in the 2v2. If you've seen him some of his game, he really is nasty, you know. But, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes he could play like Donovan Mitchell. Sometimes he could play like Jimmy Butler. Sometimes he could play like LeBron, depending on how he is, you know. And other than that, I really had to put him at 3. He could have been number 2, you know, but I've done my research again and see what he has done. And he really is, you know, he could be, like, next year I'll give him the number 2 spot, depending on if he posts more, you know. And I give him the number 3 spot. The player comparison, I compared him to Jimmy Butler. They're good. Both of them are similar with their defensively as a perimeter or interior with slashing. Coming from the bubble from Jimmy Butler, that's what they similar to. Playmaking is solid as well, you know, and I have respect for that, you know what I'm saying? The grade: shot close A+, driving layup A+, mid range A-, 3-point B+, post fade A, ball handles A+, passing IQ A, speed A+, strength A-, perimeter defense A, interior defense A-, steal A, block A+, shot contest A, and rebound B. And number 2, we got AMP Chris next door. Now, we all know Chris' game. Slash two-way such a playmaker. You know, he could basically grace as a playmaker. His dribble game crazy. His slashing game is crazy. And he could good at defense and the perimeter. But the problem we have with him is his threes. His threes, no. He is good from the 3, but on camera he struggled. Last time he went crazy was at AMP Loving Basketball. And he's showing up for the girls, you know. He proved that, you know, for us as viewers, you know, even to your age, you know. But we know those aspects of him coming to the game. You gotta go crazy with the 3, bro. We know you can do everything. They're gonna force you to shoot, man. You know, and that's what we need help on. You know, just give him a week or 2, or better yet, a month. Then he might go crazy. You know, he gotta upgrade his game, but he gotta be healthy. You know, when it comes to with injury, I think it was his torn ACL. You know what I'm saying? Just get well, man. You know what I'm saying? My inspiration to YouTube with his editing, and I pretty much respect that, man. And with the comparison, you know the comparison is John Wall. It's nothing else. I don't even gotta say the grade. They literally the same thing. You know what I'm saying? I got no problem with that. They literally the same thing. Number 1, we got Duke Dennis. Now, Duke Dennis, we really don't have to say anything about him. This man is basically everything, basically. He can shoot, he can score, he can play defense, play make, anything, really. You know, I really don't have to say anything. That man is really basically everything. You know what I'm saying? That man is literally LeBron James in the Miami Heat. He could do everything. You know, like there's no kryptonite on this man. That man is built like Superman, my God. There's no Batman on the A&P members. All right, we cannot beat this man unless there's a Batman on this squad. All right, I could be the Batman. I could do that. You know what I'm saying? Listen, no, hold on. Let me break this down. Your boy Daryl J is one of the underrated YouTubers in this shit. I don't care what everybody say, all right? Listen, AMP members, if y'all want to follow me down there to Atlanta, if y'all do a 1v1 tournament, just hook a brother up, man. I'm trying. You got 10Ks in, like, I'm good, guys. Like, I'm not bad, you know. I'm trying to leave. I love y'all, man. You're like my family, man. Nah, but Duke Dennis he really is the best, you know, AMP member of this team. He really is like a best athlete, you know what I'm saying, on this team. It's really nothing to say about him, you know what I'm saying. The comparison, I compared him to Paul George and Jason Tatum. With Jason Tatum, with his skill set of his athleticism and his scoring, is the same thing like Duke Dennis. But Paul George with his defense, similar to Duke Dennis, and that pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to the gang, you know what I'm saying. I'll be posting whenever I feel like it, depending on how my schedule is. But you know what I'm saying, you just join the gang, you feel me? Join the squad, you know what I'm saying. I want y'all guys to share this to your friends, share this to the AMP and the AMP affiliated to see their reaction of the video, so I can respond back and see how they like the video. Also, comment down, you know what I'm saying, if you like the video or not, you know what I'm saying, I should do another one of these, or if y'all don't like the comparisons or y'all don't like the list, drop it down so I can respond it on y'all opinions to see how I feel like how they are, you know, how y'all like it, you know what I'm saying, you know. Hey man, it's just, you know, it's a good day to be alive, you know what I'm saying. I hope y'all guys enjoy, live life, and be yourselves. Peace.